Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to walk you through two proofs involving those congruent triangle theorems that we learned yesterday. And then you're going to answer some questions on Khan Academy. That's kind of walking you through proofs as well. Remember, we're all newbies at this, so if it's not coming super strongly at first, just give it time. This is, something that you're just being introduced to. But looking at the first proof, it says, I have a picture. What's given is that angle YWX and YWZ are right angles. I know that YW bisects angle XYZ, and that W is the midpoint of XZ, and that XY is congruent to XZ. So I'm going to start by marking up my picture. So the first is YWX, and this other one are right angles. So I have two boxes that lets me see that those are right angles. Next, it says YW bisects XYZ. Okay, so that again, it just shows me that those two angles are congruent to each other, but it's kind of what am I trying to say? YW bisects angle XYZ. Okay, so this top one here, sorry, y'all, I was getting a little flipped. That just tells me that these two angles are congruent. Whoop. Next, I have W as the midpoint of XZ. So midpoint means middle, which means that these two lengths are going to be congruent. And finally, I know that XY is congruent to YZ. Okay, so let's list out all the different ways that we can prove that triangles congruent. We can use side, 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 angle, angle, side, and hypotenuse leg. Looking at this, you can pick from any of these. We actually have enough information to use any of the following in a proof, but I'm going to choose hypotenuse leg just because it is a right triangle. So in order to use hypotenuse leg, I need to know that the triangles are right triangles. We need to have congruent hypotenuse and congruent legs. So I know it's a right triangle because I know that my two angles are right because of that first statement. My congruent hypotenuse are YZ and YX, so that's been given to us, and my congruent legs are WZ and WX. So I can just tell by looking at the picture I've marked up that I have all the information that I need. When I set up this proof though, I'm going to list what's needed and take out what's not. So I have statements and reasons. So first of all, to prove that they are right triangles, I'm going to list my first given, that YWX and YWZ are right angles. Next, I'm going to list my congruent hypotenuse. And I learned that because it says that XY is congruent to YZ. That's also just given. If it's just listed, then we write given. And then 3, my legs are congruent. So I can say that XW is congruent to WZ, and I can do that because the definition of midpoint. Finally, I'm going to name that these two triangles are congruent to each other. And the reason I was able to do that was because of hypotenuse leg.